Hi all. So in this session we are going to learn on how to write a simple Java program to check if a number is palindrome or not. Okay. So let's get started. So in this program I have already written the logic to check if a number is palindrome or not. Okay. So what is a palindrome? Palindrome number means if you write that number in a reverse order, it is exactly the same number. So for example, 101. Okay. So if you write 101 in reverse order, it is still 101. Okay. So that is why 101 is a palindrome. Okay. So consider 19. Okay. If you write a number 19 in reverse order, it becomes 91. Okay, so 91 is not equal to 19, right? So then that means 19 is not a palindrome number. Okay, so and another number is 123. Sorry, 121 is a palindrome. Okay, say because if you write 121 in reverse order, it is still the same number. Okay, so that is what a palindrome number means. Okay, so from first line to sixth line, if you have any doubt, you can watch the previous sessions or previous video on how to read an input value from the user. Okay, so in the until the sixth line we are writing the code to read an input value from the user. Okay, so the logic to check if a number is palindrome or not is written in the 11th to 15th line. Okay, so we are using a while loop to check if a number is palindrome or not. Okay, so while loop meaning if you want to execute a piece of code or block of code. Okay, so for example 12 to 14. Okay, this is a piece of code or block of code. Okay, if you want to execute this block of code repeatedly by checking a condition, and as long as the condition is true, you want to execute this block of code. In that scenario you can use while loop. Okay, so while loop executes a block of code until the condition becomes false. Okay, so here in this case, so I will explain. So here in this case our original number or the number which the user enters is stored in a variable called num. Okay, and we have created a temporary variable called temp, and now the temporary variable value. Okay, so consider temporary variable. So consider the user has entered the number 101. Okay, this 101 is stored in the temporary variable now. Okay, so temp is 101, and there is another variable called reversed. So to store the reverse value, so now the reversed value is 0, and the remainder. Okay, so here we are checking if temp not equal to 0. So it is checking if temporary variable is equal to 0 or not. Okay, so temporary variable is 101 is not equal to 0 becomes true, so it goes inside the while loop. Okay, and remainder is temp modulus 10. Temp modulus 10 meaning the 101 is divided by 10 and the remainder is stored in the remainder variable. So 101 divided by 10 gives a remainder of 1. So remainder becomes 1 now, and reversed is equal to reversed into 10. So currently the reversed is 0. 0 into 10 is 0 plus remainder which is 1. So now the reversed becomes 1. So temp is 101. So 101 equal to 101 divided by 10. So in this case what we have to consider is when 101 is divided by 10, the answer is actually 10.1, but we have to see that the temporary variable. Okay, so this temporary number or a temporary variable is of int data type. Okay, so since it is of int data type, it will store only until 10 because the decimal point is ignored. Okay, this 0.1 is ignored because it is an integer variable, because it belongs to int data type. Okay, so here in this case 101 divided by 10 is not 10.1 but 10 because it is of int data type. Okay, so now temp equal to temp divided by 10 meaning 101 divided by 10 gives 10. So now the temp is 10 now. Okay, so it is end of the code, and it goes to the while loop again and checks for this condition 10 not equal to 0, it is true. so it goes inside again, and remainder is equal to temp modulus 10. Now currently temp is 10, so 10 modulus 10 gives a remainder of 0. Okay, so remainder is 0 now, and the reversed is 1 now. 1 into 10 is 10, 10 plus 0, 10. Okay, and temp equal to 10 divided by 10 giving 1, so temp is 1 now, and it checks if 1 not equal to 0, it is true, so remainder is equal to 1 modulus 10. 1 modulus 10 gives a remainder of 1 again. Okay, the remainder is 1 now, and reversed 10 into 10, 100, 100 plus 1, which is 101. Okay, and the temp 1 divided by 10. Okay, so here in this case you can see temp value is 1 now. Okay, so 1 divided by 10 gives 0.1, correct? Okay, so in this case, since it is of int data type, the 0.1 is ignored and the value becomes 0. Okay, so it goes here, and the 0 not equal to 0 is false, so it won't execute the block of code inside the while loop, but it goes here. So now the if condition is checked, and the num value is 101 and the reverse value is 101. So if num equal to reverse, then the number is palindrome, otherwise it is not a palindrome. Okay, so this is how we check if a number is palindrome or not. Okay, so we can run this piece of code and see if it works. So enter a number. I will enter a number 101. So 101 is palindrome. I will check with a number which is not a palindrome, like 320. Okay, 234. Okay, so when you run it, oh sorry, 234 and enter 234 is not a palindrome. Okay, so I hope all of you understood. Thank you for watching.